Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Mezco Toyz 112 Collective Darkseid figure review. Let's do it.
This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini matey, I'm fucking with them. Hype beasts, we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about it.
Just taking a quick look at the sides of the box. This is pretty massive. This is probably the largest tin can that we've received from Mezco. You can see some of my stuff on the sides and a reflection of the box. But you got Darkseid on two sides. You got 112 Collective Post Play display on one side, and then the Mezco Toyz logo on the opposite side. I'll show you the top. And there's a quick look at the top of the can. You can see it says Darkseid and Mezco 112 Collective Post Play Display. And that's what you see when you first open the box. The Mezco disclaimer, small little insert that has some instructions on there. And this is obviously very nicely packed in there. Figures down in there. There's two layers here actually. So once you remove this, then the cloak and other things are down there. But I just want to give you guys a look at that. The faces, the hands. Let's get this guy out. Alright, so I've got DC's big baddie Darkseid out of the package. This is Mezco's first attempt at a Darkseid figure. This one is a long time coming. A lot of people have been anticipating this figure. This is Mezco's most expensive figure to date, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But $180 plus shipping for this guy. And I'm not here to BS you. I'm here to give it to you straight and let you know whether or not this is worth the purchase. If it is a true action figure or if it's a staction figure. You know, you're going to come away from this review feeling one of maybe four ways. Maybe you're going to say, I'm glad I pre-ordered this. I can't wait to get it. I'm glad I did not pre-order this. You know what? I missed out on this and I'm glad that I missed out on this, or something else. I don't know. But my initial reaction is that it's a heavy figure. There is some metal or some die-cast parts here. From my understanding, this is not really mostly plastic. There's some polystone on here. And obviously that is going to affect the articulation. And obviously, you know me, you know how I am. If you watch any of my reviews or any of my videos, you know that I'm all about the articulation. And this guy is definitely not highly articulated, but I do like the look. And he is interesting. He is intriguing. I can't really do a deep dive as far as the Darkseid lore and, you know, give you all types of history and insight as far as DC goes, because traditionally I am a Marvel. And, you know, I don't really even know too much about the character, to be perfectly honest with you. I do know that this look is a play on a classic look, and that the it's not supposed to be the new 52 look where he is much larger. So I did see some people kind of complaining about the size and this and that. I'll get some size comparisons going. I'll get Superman in here and we'll see what's what. But, you know, Mezco collectors can be insufferable sometime. You know, there's going to be a large swath of collectors that are cool with this because they're just going to put this guy on the shelf and be fine with it. And then there'll be some people that lean more towards the A.C.B.A. side of things that's going to say, you know what? Nah, I'm not really with it. All right. So I've been talking for a while. Let's look at his accessories. Let's break them down, get into the nitty gritty. Straight out of the package, he comes with two fists, and just taking a close look at some of the details here on the fist. I do like all of this. All of these sculpted parts, everything here is raised. This is all very fine work as far as I'm concerned. I don't really have an issue with the way these look. Let me give you a look at the pegs. And there's that, very small pegs. And he's got two matching open hands with the finger slightly spread. And I say two matching because he does not have another set of matching hands. He has one more additional left hand, which I'll show. And on this hand, it's cupped a bit more. The fingers are a little closer together, and that's pretty much it as far as hands go. $180 should be a bit more hands, I think, but moving along. So two fists, two hands that are open with the fingers spread, and one hand that is kind of cupped with the fingers a little closer together. Then he's also packed in with the mother box accessory here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the mother box opens up boom tubes and allow people to teleport. Not 100% sure on that, but I thought this was interesting. This can be attached to the back of his belt here with a magnet, and you can hear that. This is a very hard die cast or metal or whatever this is, and this is a separate piece too. Just to note that before I get into articulation, but I thought that was cool. And it should be noted that it only attaches here in the back. Although it does look like it should be able to attach here in the front, it doesn't. So it only attaches in the back. That's how that goes. And he's also packed in with his cape here, which is pretty impressive. This is all die cast or metal up here. This is very hard to the touch. This is like a sort of pleather material, and this is almost feels like a plush carpet. This is pretty nice, man. Let's see how this attaches to his shoulders. That looks nice. I like that a lot. This is pimp shit. This is real pimp shit right here. This is nice, man. So this is really good. I like this. I like the way it sits. It looks very godly. You know, he's only draped in the finest of fabrics. Taking a close look at this face, which I think looks very nice. This is the neutral face out of the package. I saw some people comment on his eyes and that they wish his eyes were redder. We'll see what happens when we get this light up feature going, but I do really like the way he looks here. He looks real stoic. He looks cool. So in order to switch out the faces, you attach the faceplate from the front, from the back of the head here. I guess that's a little magnet. I don't know. And looks like this is where the batteries can be changed, or where they can be inserted or changed once you have them in there for a while. And it should be noted that in the lower, I want to say clamshell, but it's not really a clamshell, but in the lower portion of the box, that's where the cape was, the batteries, and the stand. You know, all Mezcos come with a stand. But yeah, let's swap out this face. So here's a face where he's kind of smirking, but he's not showing his teeth. I like that. I like the way that looks. And to be clear, when you're swapping the faces on and off, you should tuck the chin down in first and then push the face towards the back of the head. That's the easiest way to get it on there. And yeah, I like the way this looks. That's pretty cool. So he's got a smirking face, and he's got an angry battle damage face. Looks like he took some damage there above his left eye, and I like the way that looks. And you can see some energy sort of emitting from the damaged area there, and he's gritting his teeth. You can see his teeth. He's got good teeth, man. He's got a good dental plan, I guess. And I thought I'd show this before I actually attach this final head. So this is him using his I-beam effect. I forget what you call it. Let me know in the comments below. Also, nerd poll in the comments below. Before you handle your figures, do you always wash your hands and make sure your hands are clean and great before you handle your figures? I'm sure most real official collectors do that. But yeah, let me know in the comments what this sort of attack is called. I know there's like a specific name, but I can't remember. Don't be mad at me because I'm a noob as it relates to DC. But this looks good. This is sort of hard plastic. Not really that hard, so you should definitely be careful, but I do like the way this looks. And obviously once you get this on and get the batteries in there and get the light up effect going, this will probably look really cool. So yeah, let me just attach this, and there's that. Obviously I'm gonna have to swap all of these heads on again so I can show them with the light up feature, but I guess I wanted to show them without it first. And it should be noted that swapping all the hands on and off was no issue. I didn't have any problems. It was easy. I didn't feel like anything was going to snap, so that's good. There you go. And that's pretty much it in terms of accessories. Now, I think that he should have been packed in with just a couple of more things, maybe a few more hands. A pointing hand could have been nice. You know, somebody that's a big villain is always pointing, because they're always telling other people to do shit, you know? So I think he definitely could have been packed in with a bit more hands, but I'm pretty pleased with the face plates that we got. But taking a closer look at his deco, you know, he's got his ladies' night. He's got his ladies' night outfit on. He's got the skirt with the high boots. This is sort of like a pleather here. This is a different material. First of all of the design work here, the scope work is phenomenal. It's definitely top notch. Everything here, even this ring around here, the figure's still kind of cold to the touch because I had to actually go over to the post office to pick this guy up today, and I was out, and it's really cold in New York City here today, but he's still kind of cold in a lot of these like die cast areas. But the design work here is very, very good. I like this a lot. Again, this is a separate part. The boots look really good. It's got the treads. Everything here looks really, really nice. I think that maybe there could have been a little more detail on his skin, though, on the bare skin. I think these wrinkles and what have you could have been a bit more pronounced with a little more shading maybe, but I don't really have too many gripes with the look of the figure. Now let's get into his articulation. So let's take our time and go over this articulation. Now, inside of the package, for whatever reason, his head was turned around that way. I guess so it wouldn't get damaged in there. I don't know. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe it was meant to be like that. But it looks like the head just kind of rotates here on the neck. You do get a really nice range of motion. It is kind of loose. Not like loose where I feel like I've been gypped or anything like that. But it does move around really easy. You'll see it'll look down. It'll look up just that much. Now the shoulders are on a ball joint. Those come up pretty far. No real issues there. That looks good. You can actually do a full 360 because he's not hindered by any cloth or anything there. You know, the shoulder pads here don't hinder his shoulders in any way. Unfortunately, there is no upper bicep swivel. They could have easily put an upper bicep swivel on there, but Mezco doesn't really do too many upper bicep swivels. I've noticed that. This here is a joke. It's not even single jointed elbow. You pretty much just get like that's not 90 degrees, that's not 45 degrees. I don't know what that is, but that is truly a joke. It'll swivel a little bit on that hinge. You do get a swivel and a hinge on the wrist, and that's it. No cut here at the glove. Nope, that's it. But this arm articulation is abysmal. And the upper torso, it looks like he can move. Let me hold on one second. Yeah, I just wanted to be 100% sure, but it doesn't look like he's moving in the upper torso, but he does have some lower abdomen articulation, and you can move him left to right there a bit, so I assume the cut is down here. It would have been nice if it was a cut up there too, but I noticed I could, you know, move him side to side, give him a little bit of ab crunch going forward and back, and that's pretty much it. Now here, this looks like an old school standard sort of articulation at the pelvic area, which is cool. So his legs will come up just about that far. I guess I could probably get them up a bit more, being at the, you could kind of hike up the skirt here if you wanted to. And he's actually gets a decent split. You can see that little sort of barbell joint in there. But with how heavy this figure is, especially how top heavy he is, I wouldn't really mess around with these legs too much. I wouldn't do too much. But you do get an upper thigh swivel, and you do get somewhat of a knee bend. Again, this is a joke. The knees and elbows are just horrendous, man. It's not good. You do get a slight hinge on the foot. You get a very small pivot, and you can turn the foot left to right there. So yeah, the articulation is very lackluster. It's not that great as far as articulation goes. I don't know that you're even really going to get this guy into any like punching poses or anything like that. And that was one of the things that I was really concerned about and was hoping that I'd be able to do. I mean, I'm sure there is something that can be done to push it to the limit, but do you really want to push it to the limit on a $180 figure? All right, let's get these batteries in here and see what this light up feature looks like. Okay, that took way longer than I expected, but for the record, you can remove the head. In fact, you are supposed to remove the head because below here is the switch to operate the light up mechanism. So you see that, but you have to be very careful as you remove the head, as it says on the instructions. And then inside here, you're going to take to this with a screwdriver with the proper screwdriver. Where's my screwdriver? I had this one, which you can flip the head. Somebody had asked me about the right one for Iron Man, but I used this side. And you definitely need to be careful that you do not strip the screw. And then the thing that actually took me so long was that, not that you would even know how long anything is taken, because this is the magic of editing, but once I got the screw out, for whatever reason, this was still attached and I couldn't get it out, and I had to like really pry it out. I probably scratched it up a bit, so you should be careful with that. You know, I'm going through all of this so you know how to move about on your own so you don't destroy your figure. But the batteries were packed in here too, similar to how they did with the Iron Man. And I'll get these on and we'll see what's what. 1 second. And for the record, both batteries need to be inserted with the positive charge going to the right here, my right. And you definitely need to put the panel back on before you plug the faceplate back on, because if not, the magnetic part on the back of the faceplate will be pulling the batteries out. So you got to do that, and then we should be able to turn this on. Yeah, there we go. Let's backtrack. Here's the first faceplate that was attached to him out of the package, the neutral look, and you can see how that looks in the light. And I'm going to take these lights down. Boom, hit that light over there for me, Kendall. And there's that. So you can see that's pretty well lit. It's not bad at all. Obviously this guy is going to photograph really nicely. You know, the face sculpt looks great. All of the paint work and the costume design and everything here looks good. So he's going to photograph really nicely. It's just a matter of you getting dynamic photos, which is just not going to happen. But let me swap the other heads on. And I went ahead and put the cloak back on. I might have this, might not have the face centered right. Well, maybe I fixed it there, because it looked like more light was shining through the right eye than the left for a second. But there you go. That's him smiling with the cloak, with the cape on. That looks pretty good. Alright, here's Ultimate Darkness. I still had a bunch of lights on behind me, but there's Ultimate Dark. And you can see that's pretty bright. But yeah, that's the smirking face. And there's Battle Damaged. I don't know why I wasn't giving you a close-up. Man, this is going to make for some really nice pictures, I'll tell you that. And finally here, with the full-on effect. Now, I thought the light was going to actually be able to travel through the entirety of this effect, and it's only pretty much lighting up in the front, so that's a little underwhelming. This would have been nicer if it actually really lit up all the way. Hit those other lights one more time for me, Kendall. Yeah, it's still not really lighting up as much as I would like. That's unfortunate. Alright, a few quick size comparisons. There's the Marvel Legends Walmart exclusive Thanos. I think it was Walmart exclusive Thanos, and you can see that Darkseid is just a tad bit taller than Thanos. So again, it's not like he's massive as far as the height is concerned. Obviously he does have some girth. And there he is next to Iron Man. I actually broke Iron Man out so I can look inside to see how the batteries were configured, so I can get them right for Darkseid. I was having a hard time putting them in properly. I thought I was gonna have to call on Mezco and say that my batteries, or that the battery operated mechanism wasn't working. But anyway, there's how those two stack up. And finally, there he is next to the Mezco Toyz Superman. It's just too bad that Mezco didn't nail the color scheme for this Superman, and the articulation was kind of lackluster. It's really unfortunate, but shout out to my man Kirby Pags who hooked me up with this Superman. I did backtrack and get him way after it was released, once I realized that I was going to pre-order Darkseid here. I do like the way these guys stack up as far as size goes, even though this Superman is just caca, man. It's it's really too bad. I don't like the articulation. I didn't like the color scheme on the costume. It's just bad that we don't have really great 6-inch representations of a classic Superman, classic Batman. You know, Marvel has put out so many great Spider-Man figures and this and that, but hopefully they'll get it right. Hopefully they'll take another crack at Superman. But again, I do like the size difference between the two of these. I think it looks pretty good. I know a lot of people still going to complain that they think Darkseid is a small. But again, as far as them modeling this particular figure after a more classic look for the character, I think it's okay. Too bad I don't have the Gladiator Hulk from the Thor Ragnarok movie from Mezco. I think that's still Mezco's largest figure, and I know probably people wanted Darkseid to be that size. I don't know if it's absolutely necessary. Again, I like the way these two stack up. Alright, I gotta get up out of here. I'm low on time, I'm low on battery. This is a gorgeous figure. It's a very attractive figure. I don't know that I can call it an action figure. It's a really nice looking piece. but unfortunately the articulation or the lack of articulation is it just doesn't sit right with me. You know, the articulation leaves quite a bit to be desired, and I understand there is a light up feature, there's polystone, there's die cast, you know, it's a big ass box, a crazy presentation, but $180 for this guy is still kind of steep. I don't like the fact that there weren't more hands, and I don't like that final light up feature with the Omega beam and how the light was insurging completely through that plastic there. But I hope that if you were on the fence about this guy, this review helped you make your final decision. And look forward to me taking a bunch of pictures with this guy. I am eager to take more pictures with him, but you know, I'm a little upset that this Superman is the only Superman that we have to match up with this guy. And I wish I had the DCUC Collect and Connect Darkseid to compare with this guy. That one still holds up as a pretty decent figure, believe it or not. I would have liked to see how they match up as far as size. I feel like the DCUC one is probably still a little taller than this guy. But I'd like to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I try to answer as many comments as possible or interact as much as I possibly can. I do enjoy doing that, so don't hesitate to leave a comment. As always, rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.